Do I have you both?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here too. Hey, Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
This is pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
It's gonna be
Good.
convenient. I won't have to think too hard about like who I'm addressing.
That's right.
Just
Yeah,
respond to no matter
although
what.
we may both jump in, so that.
Feel free.
So yeah, thanks. Thanks for taking some time, especially work during the workday, and the same as you as well. So we don't want to take too much of your time, but we just wanted to call you. First and foremost, we wanted to just we haven't kind of touched base in a little while, and again, our feelings for you haven't changed. We still love you. We still want to do whatever we can with the circumstance. I know you thought a lot about thought a lot about things, and but we just want to make you aware that the meaning for this call really is to just express to you that we do care and love you, and that doesn't change. With that said, we would like to meet with you in person if at all possible as a committee of elders, because we do have some concerns that have been brought forward to us, and we would like to ask you about them and talk to you about them if you're willing to do so. And it concerns attending church services elsewhere. It also has to do with some of the notoriety now. More of the friends are getting to know, maybe whether it's through just because their care for you and reaching out to you, or a few of the friends have come and mentioned their concerns. And really just regarding, your feelings right now regarding Jehovah's organization and the use of the governing body, and, whether this is truly Jehovah's organization or God's organization or not. So we really want to, again, our goal is to help you in any way we can. We're not trying to debate with you. We do understand that everyone has free will, and we're not trying to, get into arguments. As you know, we're just trying to help. We do love you. But we also, the second fold of that is we do have a responsibility to the congregation and to Jehovah's arrangement and his organization. And with those concerns, that's the reason we would like to meet with you. We do have, if we could do it this week, we have a few, I guess, like Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Wednesday are available for us. If we're going to check our, kind of arrange our schedules if it's good with you. And we would like to have that meeting at the Kingdom Hall if at all possible.
Yeah. I guess you guys just get together and I'm pretty flexible. Later, if we could do like maybe over the weekend would probably be better, but
Okay.
I'm pretty free.
Saturday would work for you?
I think so. Don't hold me to anything at the moment, but I'd have to double check, which I don't think we have anything going on this weekend. But who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were thinking we have the Circuit Assembly Day on Sunday, so we were thinking Saturday. Again, we could be flexible. We were thinking maybe 1 o'clock, or if it needs to be a little later. If not, if Friday works, again, the Kingdom Hall is going to be empty. It's going to be empty all weekend, empty all week, except for Spanish. But so we'll have we'll have the Kingdom Hall. There won't be any meetings going on except for Friday. But we were thinking if it's possible, either Wednesday, Thursday. If Saturday doesn't work, if Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday around 7, or somewhere flexible in that area. But and again, just to our goal is not passing judgment. Our goal is just to talk to you and hope that we can help, and hope that we, if there's something that we can do to help with your concerns and your situation.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know you mean it when you say that, and I have a feeling if you're convening a meeting that like there's a good chance your minds might be made up already. I would just ask you guys to consider that when you and I and first met, you admonished me about becoming leaven to the congregation, and I've done my part. I've held up my end of the deal. I haven't spoken to anyone other than to admonished him to reach out to me. So, just please keep that in mind, and the ramifications of what removing me from the congregation are going to do to my family. I'll tell you right now, like, we have fundamental disagreements on, the interpretation of scripture. Like, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere as far as that goes. I just, I don't know what the goal is, what the benefit of anything would be, because I've essentially kind of, I don't want to say I've removed myself from the congregation, but I've certainly limited my association so as not to be a bad influence on anyone else. And if word is getting around, that's not me. That's people gossiping. I can't control that. I don't know who's talking about what. I have a feeling my mother-in-law might be involved, because outside of my wife, I don't think she's really spoken to anyone either. So just keep that in mind, what it's going to do to my girls, how it's going to affect my business, all that good stuff. But I know you're genuine. I know you have a duty to keep the congregation clean, and I know you don't. I don't think it's like a witch hunt or anything. But yeah. But yeah, I'll make whatever work if you guys can just shoot me a few times, and I'll be available.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I I'll not speak for himself as well, but yeah, we definitely want to reassure you that we don't have any preconceived notion. We don't have any judgment or anything. We don't, we're not, this isn't easy, obviously, and we want to do, we want to hear you out in regard to things, and again, we do have a responsibility to the congregation, but again, that's the whole reason for meeting, is to talk about things and to see where we are, so that we could, again, it's not, what you've expressed. If you're going to that point where the fundamental disagreement with the organization, that does, to be honest, that just that does become a difficult situation, no matter whether you're dealt with judicially or not, because of the congregation. So, but please be reassured that we're not walking into this saying that we have any judgment, because we don't. And it is a, and I'm not trying to compare it, but I think all of us will be carrying a burden meeting together. I think all of us will have a level of, we care and love you, and you just, that's just, we want what's best, and so that's where we're going with it, and that's where we are. So I hope in our conversations and with the other brothers, that is the goal, and there's no decision made.
Okay, well, I appreciate you saying that, and I feel the same way. I love you guys. I would never, I mean, I hate to put you through this. I know it's not fun for anyone. Certainly hasn't been fun for me for the last year or so, but
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and just let me, please confirm. We do love you, your family, and as you can imagine. I mean, you're familiar with the Bible. I mean, if you see someone that you feel is in need of assistance, you're going to do what you can, right? So that's all we're trying to do. That's it. Our one goal is to help, and if the help is, if you find it useful and beneficial, great. And if you don't, I mean, I would mention that's your decision. Obviously, we're not going to coerce, we're not going to force, and yeah, I'm not. I'm hoping to sit down to help. That's my only preconceived notion is, can I help? And if I can, I can. But I want to. I want to try. And so, yeah, I hope you believe that. I do. And we've known each other long enough. I think where we're all coming from, but also theocratically.
Yeah, no, I do. You know, I mean, I've only ever been in 2 congregations in my life, but I'm always thought of myself as I've always viewed it as a blessing to be a part of a congregation and to be under the shepherding direction of a loving body of elders. Like I didn't really feel that in my last congregation, but I do feel that it's genuine with you guys, so I appreciate it. I know you want to help. I know you don't want to do anything to hurt me or my family. I'll pray over the next couple of days to think about what kind of help what can be done to help me. I don't know what can be done, but I'm certainly willing to meet with you guys. And what's that?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful attitude to have. I think that's a for me anyway, that's a humble approach. Pray to see if I can be helped. I mean, what more can anyone ask?
Yeah. So, and we view you as we view you as one of Jehovah's sheep. And so that's how we're going to deal with you. You're one of our brothers, and that hasn't changed. You're dedicated. You're a dedicated brother. We feel you have a lot to offer, and we want to see if that's just something that again, there are obvious things that that need to be discussed and get your feelings on. Is that something that like you said, we're not going to we're going to offer every bit of help and encouragement we can, and ultimately we all have the free will to make our decisions, and so and we did that was something we discussed from the very beginning in the decisions we make. But again, just know that when you're coming into the Kingdom Hall, you're a brother, and when we meet, we're going to pray together, and we're going to talk as brothers, and we're going to talk as friends, and again, we're going to let Jehovah's Spirit operate on that meeting, and that's how we see the meeting, and that's what we want out of it. And we want to come to some way that we can offer help. And the beautiful thing, and again, I'll let you go because again we could talk about this more. But the beautiful thing about this, as with some of the updates and how we deal with matters, is it's not it may not even be a one and done meeting. So there'll be some time that we could if we need to take some time, and you need some time to think about a few things. We can we have the flexibility now to adjourn the meeting. Get you to think about it, and maybe meet again, and maybe even meet again. So know that in your prayers, think about that. Just the fact that this is not we're not out for blood. We're not out to ruin anyone's life. The last thing we want to see is negative effects out of this, and so. We're going to rely on Jehovah. We're going to rely on being brothers, and we're going to rely on just having an honest discussion. And we know that we know that you'll one way or another you'll benefit from that. I think you appreciate that. I think we're not sugarcoating anything, but we're being real, but we're also being honest. And I think that's one of the things I appreciated with you, just the honesty, being able just to talk and just being able to just to get things out there and talk and see. So just again, I hope that's just reassuring that you're not coming into the when you meet us, we're not viewing you any other way than we would view any other Jehovah's sheep. And that's because we love you and respect you and we want to help.
I appreciate it.
I thank you.
Got that.
All right, so if you want, what I'll do is if you want, I'll go ahead and text you again some of the again, we kind of talked about just what might work for us with work and so forth, and if something fits within that, or if you need to tweak any of those that would best suit it, please let us know. And again, if we have to, we'd like to start this process of trying to talk to you and just help. But if it becomes it's not possible these dates, and we have to try something else, we will do that. We're not
Yeah.
we're not being tyrannical here. We want to meet. That's important. It's important for us to be face to face, and your willingness to do that is to be commended as well.
I have a feeling that it's probably going to be probably going to be more difficult for I'm easy, so you guys get on the same page. I just don't know what has going on with the girls, but I know I can make just about anything work. So just let me know what you guys can iron out.
All right,
I'll send.
We'll get a couple of times. Like we just obviously we have to make sure the room is available, but we'll get like I said 2 or 3 days and times and take it from there.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right,
Thanks.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You guys have
enjoy this. Enjoy the rest of this day. It's beautiful outside.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be working outside. Instead, I get to work inside of the building. So.
Well, thanks again for taking the time, and again, we'll be. I'll text you. I'll text you those times, and then hopefully again we'll come to something that works for us all, and get just a chance to sit down together. And again, thanks, and we love you, and please do please do pray about it, and please do as we will as well.
All right, I will. Thank you, guys.
Give our love to the girls.
Okay.
Yes, please do.
All right, we'll do.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks, bud. See you.
Bye.